What would you say are your biggest challenges?
It's twofold, I think. First thing you always think about are we were very senior heavy at the linebacker position. So, but I think those guys are probably representative of the challenge that we have. You have three guys that not only played very well, they all played at an extremely high level, but the things they did in terms of giving us leadership, providing leadership on the field, off the field, outstanding. So, to me, that's where I always start is, how are we going to replace those guys that have played such a big role, be it three guys that were pretty prominent. In some ways, they're all pretty similar. They have different stories. Reggie's a true freshman that we opted to play. A little bit kind of the Drew Ott story, if you will. The difference being he got to play on special teams and then that third down package, so he got a lot of work. But he really impressed us in practice, and we just felt like it was worth the trade-off of taking his red shirt off. Travis has been steady since he's gotten here. He's worked extremely hard, great attitude, and he's been a very, very outstanding special teams player, not only in terms of productivity, but also just his attitude that he brings. So, he's been on the field a significant amount, and then, Quentin's a guy a year ago. At this time, I wasn't sure where that was going, quite frankly, based on the year before that. And he had a really good spring, and had an outstanding fall. And if James wasn't here last year, I'd have all the confidence in the world Quentin would have played really well. He just kind of got positioned behind a very good player. So, but the transformation he's made in 12 months gives you a lot of confidence. But that being said, none of the three of them have really started out there and played, 60, 70, 80 snaps a game. So that's the hurdle we got to climb now. But that's the way it goes. So, and I think probably the biggest thing we just got done talking about a little while ago, but the biggest thing right now, especially in the initial stages, is just encouraging guys to play aggressively, not play tentative, not be afraid to make a mistake, because we're not going to lose a game this spring. And that's something, not that we're not going to work towards that end, but it's not a crisis situation if somebody blows an assignment or a coverage at this point of the year. I think what we want to try to do is just identify guys as they cut it loose a little bit, see what they look like, and most players look different in each phase, so they ought to look different than they did back in December. And but the big thing right now is just to kind of cut it loose, and then we'll worry about those details later on.